I think it's time to talk about some Joey Badass. Joey Badass, All-American Badass. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's find out. So Joey Badass is a rapper from New York, and I previously listened to his previous album, Before the Money, which came out in like 2014. I remember listening to that. Or was it 2015? I lose track of years as they go by, I'm sorry. And when I listened to Before the Money, I just noticed all these really nice influences there of jazz and blues, and I really dug into that. I really ate it up as it went through, and I liked it. I liked his style. But yes, this album's not as close to sounding like that as we might want or know him for, but you know what? This album's pretty solid. In this album, Joey's a little more politically charged as the album goes through its motion, like songs like For My People, which basically says we need change, we need a savior of some sort, things just need to happen. And I like the track, I like this album, I like where it's going with everything, because it feels like Joey's really trying to make a statement about how he feels about our situation in the world right now. And Temptation kind of dives into that too. And the cool thing is Joey does some singing on these tracks, and it actually sounds pretty solid. And the instrumentations are pretty vast too, with some piano, electric guitar in there for good measure, and, you know, some bass and some, of course, trap beats here and there. The trap beats come really noticeable, especially in the song Devastated, and this is a great track. It's also a single off the album, and it just has messages. All these songs feel like it's all contributing to one thing. And then you got the song Rockabye Baby, which has this really melancholy piano darkness seeping in there, and also has some, of course, lyrics about our former president in there and his feelings towards him. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree with everything Joey says. At least I feel like we should all just respect each other and respect everyone's opinions on matters, especially. Heck, the productions are really nice. Even towards the end, we got this legendary song called Legendary, which has J. Cole and Joey Badass, which they're known for having kind of that same style, and it works super well. And I enjoyed a lot of this album. I thought it was very well put together, really well thought of, and I could really see that Joey really had this mindset of talking about this, and he really felt more emotionally driven. You kind of hear it throughout the album with his delivery too, through some of these songs. And yeah, I have to respect him for that. I think people will find some enjoyment in this album. I feel like it's a little polarizing to some people maybe, and I could see why. I could definitely see why, especially what the issues are talked about on this album. But overall, I do like this album, and I think it's really well put together. I think Joey definitely has some statements to make about his feelings on this album. It's really hard to talk about this album, really. But I commend the guy for doing what he believes in. So I was thinking like a 4 out of 5 or a 5 on this album. There's a part of me that doesn't know if I'm gonna really come back to this album that much, but damn, this album's good. It is good. It is really good, and it definitely deserves a listen, especially. There's just so many tracks on here that are good. There's not really one song I can say that's awful on this album. I feel like just a lot of work was put into this project, and I really appreciated that. And I don't know if I'm gonna come back to it like some of the previous rap albums I've listened to. I do like it a lot. I probably will listen to it a couple more times and probably move on to the next thing, but I do enjoy this album. I recommend you listen to it if you haven't yet. I know this is a late review, but I can't review everything at once. It's so hard. You don't even know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. What do you think of the album? What is your favorite Joey Badass song? I'd have to say, I don't even know at this point. I was just listening to the album, I'm just like, oh, these are really good, solid, well-made tracks, and I couldn't decide. But anyways, I hope you have a great one, and peace.